The 2024 Russian presidential election has concluded with Vladimir Putin declaring himself the victor, maintaining his grip on power for another 6-year term until 2030. Let's delve into the details of this election and its implications. Firstly, the turnout for this election was remarkable, with a reported 74.22% of eligible voters casting their ballots, exceeding previous levels and indicating a high level of participation. However, reports of coercion and irregularities in certain regions, particularly in Russian-occupied parts of Ukraine, raise concerns about the fairness of the electoral process. Instances of pro-Russian individuals accompanied by armed soldiers going door-to-door with ballot boxes undermine the integrity of the election. Moreover, the absence of genuine challengers to Putin's rule is glaring. Opposition figures like Alexei Navalny, Russia's most prominent critic of Putin, have either been imprisoned, exiled, or met unfortunate ends. The disqualification of potential candidates like Boris Nadezhdin and Sergey Malinkovich further narrows the field, leaving Putin's quasi-opponents, who are essentially approved by the Kremlin, as token competitors. This lack of true opposition diminishes the democratic nature of the election and consolidates Putin's power. Despite scattered protests and acts of dissent, including Navalny's midday/noon against Putin movement, Putin's victory seems assured. His response to protests, condemning dissent and vowing to maintain control, underscores his authoritarian approach to governance. In his victory speech, Putin dismissed the impact of protests and criticized those who spoiled their ballots. His references to Navalny's death as a sad event and discussions of a prisoner swap for Navalny highlight the complex and contentious nature of Russian politics. Furthermore, Putin's comments comparing Russia's electoral process favorably to that of the United States, while dismissing criticisms of transparency, reflect broader geopolitical tensions and divergent views on democracy. The international condemnation of the election by the US and UK underscores the lack of consensus on its legitimacy. Looking ahead, Putin's continued rule raises questions about the future of Russia's domestic and foreign policies. His prioritization of military operations in Ukraine and plans to strengthen the Russian military suggest a continuation of assertive foreign policy strategies. Additionally, his aim to consolidate Russian society may entail further crackdowns on dissent and tightening of control over political opposition. In summary, Putin's victory in the 2024 presidential election solidifies his dominance in Russian politics for the foreseeable future. However, concerns about the fairness of the electoral process, the suppression of opposition voices, and the implications for Russia's trajectory persist. As Putin embarks on another term, the world watches closely to see how his leadership shapes Russia's future. What are your thoughts on the outcome of Russia's 2024 presidential election? Feel free to share your opinions in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to 2230 for more updates on global events and politics.